Mullen and Newgate Motor Group have entered a partnership for the iGo's distribution. So, what are the details and should you buy the stock? Sit tight as we answer that by going through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. David Michery had hinted about ongoing deals with major distributors for the iGo in a recent interview. Newgate Motor Group is Ireland's biggest car dealership company, and it was announced on Wednesday that they're the distributor David was talking about. Newgate will now sell, distribute, and provide servicing for the iGo in Ireland and the United Kingdom. It's important to note that Newgate already represents Renault, Kia, and Mercedes, and the iGo sample delivery date is expected to be 20th December, with the initial purchase contract being 500 vehicles per year. In our opinion, this is a strategically good deal and it will help Mullen take the lead against competitors. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for MULN, and as always, we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and to end it off, we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, as I already told you yesterday, that the stock, even though it got a massive gap up, will fall down, and so it did. We did crash by, well, how much was this? We crashed by pretty much 15% if I'm not wrong, and currently we are getting a red candle as well. Even though we're in a gap up by about 6% or something, we're getting a red candle. Will we end the day at a red candle? Now, there are a few things to consider, right? First up, of course, we did get a good partnership that helped us gap up. But now, I believe that we might end the day in a small green candle, somewhat like this itself, and we might get a big wick on the downside as well as a big wick on the upside, right? So today will probably be somewhat of an inside candle. Friday is going to be very volatile, and it will be followed by Monday, which again will be very volatile because we have the earnings report on Monday. Now, if you ask me, today we'll probably end the day in a, at least in the positive, if not a green candle, right? We're not going to fall by a lot, right? That's a lot. 6% is a lot. So we're not going to fall by 6%. Instead, we might fall by a percent or something, right? But we'll still stay way above the level of 0.27. So this is my prediction for the day, right? We're not going to fall below even 0.28 for that matter, right? I don't see the stock falling below the low that it made, and especially ending the day there is very difficult, right? We might just get a few candles and some volatility to the downside, but then we might just continue our bull trend somewhat like this, and we'll probably hit the level where where are we currently? 0.288. So we might just hit 0.29, of course, first. These are some important resistance levels right above it. And 0.289 is an important resistance as well. After that, we'll probably come around 0.292 and 0.295. So we might touch these levels today, if you ask me. And we'll probably end the day somewhere in this range, on the upper range, right? I don't see the stock ending the day over here below 0.285, let's say 0.285. I don't see the stock ending the day below $0.285, but of course it might end in a red candle, right? That is a different thing, but whichever one it may be, it will be a very small candle. We're not going to see something like this or even this for that matter, right? It won't be a big candle. Now, as I already told you that, now let's move on to the next topic, right? The next topic, of course, the Newgate partnership. We did strike a partnership with a very reputable car make, well, not car maker, it's a car dealership, and now they will service and deal in MULN iGo, which of course exposes the iGo to a major market, that is the Ireland and the United Kingdom, right? Those are the two of the most important places that the iGo was meant to be in. So as you all know that the sample vehicles will be sent in there by December 2022. So once that is done, if that receives good response, I believe that Mullen will finally start getting some good sales. And even though if it's not an actual Mullen vehicle, we're still getting sales. The companies make money. That's all good, right? Now, if we look at the price action for that matter, of course, as I already told you yesterday, that we had gotten this reversal pattern over here, which failed miserably. Well, if you ask me at least, right? It failed miserably. We're not gonna get into a bull run. But this probably was the last bullish movement that we would get in November's, this week, whichever week we're in. And after this, we're definitely not crossing this level of 0.3165. And why do I believe that? Well, it's nothing against MULN in specific, but the entire market will just take some time to recover, right? I hope most of you understand this, that the stock is not big enough or the company is not big enough to fight market conditions. And even if we talk about some companies that are so big, Apple, Microsoft, and such companies, even they won't be able to fight market conditions, right? They won't be able to turn this massive bearish trend, this massive recession trend, into a positive trend. Now, as you guys can see, we're getting a red candle, so we might actually have received a reversal in the short-term charts, but we'll analyze that later. Let me complete my point first, right? I don't see MULN going up anytime soon because, of course, we were in a bearish trend over here, right? And this actually is a good news. The fact that we're going to go down is a great news for buyers. And even for that, right, someone commented on my previous video that MULN is going to $0.15, which, if you ask me, I don't really believe that, right? I don't really think that can happen, but it is a possibility, right? If we get a strong bearish trend and then we get a bad, revenue report, earnings report, we might fall below the $0.2, and then of course we will have a support at 0.18, and then 15, right? 15 cents. That would be the next support. But with that, I think the intraday part is turning interesting. So first, let's quickly analyze the 1 hour chart so we can move on into the 5-minute chart. So now that we're in the 1 hour chart for MULN, this is something really interesting, right? We might be wrong. I might be actually wrong about MULN, and we might actually end the day in a big red candle actually, right? So of course, we can see that we got a reversal pattern over here in pin bars, a negative pin bar, negative, well, it wasn't even a pin bar over here, not a pin bar, inside candle. And an inside candle after a bearish day usually means a pullback and a gap up, which we already got. But since we can see that we already got a massive bearish candle, even though it was kind of market motivated, I would say, right? It was motivated by the entire market sentiment rather than just MULN, right? But of course, we can see that it does make a difference. And of course, whatever is going on in the market will influence the stock. And we can see that we did get a minor recovery over here from these days, but that kind of translated into that fall, which we recently got. So probably swing traders booking their profits and stuff like that, or maybe a short seller, and it could be anything like that. But with that, of course, we don't really have much to analyze in the 1 hour chart except two levels that I'd like to point out. First one being 0.284, and the second one being over here at 0.28, what is this, 0.269, right? So these are important levels. With that being said, I think the intraday is getting interesting. Let's jump on into the 5-minute chart. So now that we're in the 5-minute chart for MULN, I have opened up the extended trading hours as well. And what does this say about the stock? Well, it's not exactly a bearish movement, right? What's happening over here is that, of course, we did get a market open at a gap up. And what usually happens after this is a pullback, right? Now, this is a pullback that's currently happening. So the market, of course, it can go both ways. But if you ask me, I don't see it going down much, right? It might go down much in the intraday. We might even go down to 0.25 if it comes to the intraday, but the stock will recover a bit. And of course, I don't see it breaking even, this level by the time it closes. So even if it it goes down over here, we should be able to recover a bit and get back over here. But of course, we'll have to keep analyzing, and see where these candles take us, because the market, as we all know, is uncertain. And well, it seems that there is some high bit, selling pressure today. But of course, if we look over here, well, we did get a pin bar to the downside, two pin bars, three pin bars to the downside in the pre-market, and that of course is a bad sign. But if we kind of squeeze in over here, we might be able to get some support and maybe get a pullback, or rather a reversal into this range. If we get resisted again, of course, around, where's the resistance, 0.286, 0.285, right? we might actually get resisted, go down even further, and build up another bearish trend, right? It was kind of, you know, hard to believe that we would get another bearish trend today because, we did get a massive fall yesterday. But of course, the fall was motivated by market conditions and it was already kind of recovered thanks to this massive pre-market rise that we've gotten to the 33, 34 cent level. So, right, I might actually be wrong about this and we might just get a fall today. But no matter that, as I already told you, this is a good thing for us because we'll get to buy the stock at a lower price. And once we get to do that, of course, one day or the another, once the market recovers and other EV stocks recover as well, MULN will recover too. And well, I'm not saying that as financial advice, but of course, if someone buys in below the 30 cent range, we do have opportunities to even go 10x, 20x, 50x, or even more than that. Who knows, right? Of course, the market cap of the company is really small at $150 million, and that can go up to $15 billion, as we've seen competitors like Rivian and stuff who have like $20 billion in market cap. So there is always a possibility of it going even 100x, right? That is why small companies are interesting, even though they have a lot of risk. So with that, is the stock a buy? Well, not right now, in my opinion, if you ask me. Of course, under the 30 cent range is a good range to DCA, but I believe we will get better buying opportunities as we go down further in a bad market, right? If we continue the trend, of course, that would be kind of shocking for me because I did not think that we would end this week all in all reds, because of course we do have the earnings report coming out soon, and with the partnerships and stuff we must have shown, or rather we should have shown, some enthusiasm for that. But of course, as you guys can see, we're falling at $0.277 now. The next support lies somewhere around here at 0.277. Of course, the current level that we're falling to 0.275, 0.274, and 0.272, 0.27. Now you can mark all of these levels on your own charts. Well, there we go. Well, that's kind of bad, right? I did not expect that. 0.268 and 0.265. So these are some, important levels. Mark these up. I don't think we're going below these, but of course we might. Well, we might actually go below these because the market conditions are kind of surprising if you ask me, right? I did not believe, or rather I did not think that this would happen. Of course, we might see a recovery after this as well, but it's kind of hard to believe the fact that we'll recover after such a massive sell-off in just the matter of two candles, right? This has to be the beginning of another bearish trend. But then again, do let me know if you're, buying the stock or selling the stock, if you think it will go up or it will go down. With that, of course, remember that this definitely is not financial advice and you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel, Stocks 101, for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.